hopefully I could really do a a live thing this week on YouTube about it, but just want to talk about it real quick. The state of the nation and also the state of the church. Now, the state of the church, a few months ago, I remember I heard God says that he was cleansing his bride, and the way that he was cleansing it was not how we thought. Like, it was not all gushy and gore. Like, it was rough, it was messy, it was hostile. That's how he was cleansing. But then after he cleanses it, he's going to prepare. And then after he prepare, he's coming for the bride, right? So the state of the church it's just a lot with the state of the church. I probably will do another video. But the state of the nation that we live in, what I what I want to let people know is to not think that it's gonna be like a really peaceful ride. As far as the nation, there are gonna be a lot of things. It's gonna come as if like, hey, well, y'all wanted Trump, y'all wanted Trump, now y'all got Trump. I think a lot of people don't know how to put emotions aside, feelings aside, and really just look at a lot of things that are obvious, and then really do the research if they should choose to realize that's not the case right now. What's going on right now is Trump is doing his best to try to prevent a war, but I think his hopes of trying to prevent it is probably long gone. Like, it's long gone. There's a lot of things that's been going on in this nation probably since, let's be real, since 2001. um and a lot of it was because, of course, if you have a culture and a society, you inundate them with bills, you inundate them with you give them easy access to money, they put themselves in debt. It's like a roller coaster, right? um they don't have necessarily time for their children. So it's almost like, okay, is either society is going to, raise their children, the environment that they live in is going to raise their children, or they are going to raise their children. If they raise their children, it's like they lack in some areas, right? So they really are pushing against a system where they really have to really fight tooth and nail to get out of that system, to be able to be successful mentally, to be successful spiritually, to be successful financially, to be successful in their health, to be successful in their family and their familyhood and their daily living, right? So you inundate them with so much stuff. A lot of times they don't pay attention to the things that they normally would pay attention to, or what they fought to pay attention to, or the freedom and the liberty to pay attention to these things. They don't have the time to pay attention to these things. And so because of that, they knew that, the government knew that, media knew that, a lot of other sectors knew that. And so from 2001 to now, it's just a lot of things that's been going on underneath the radar, right underneath everyone's noses. And it's like little by little, trickle by trickle. Like, for instance, this whole past election, if you put aside the the games of, running an election, if you put aside the hunger games of, if you're left, if you're right, if you're this, if you're that, if you put aside all of that and you just kind of stick to facts, you'll know that things are rising to the top that you probably wouldn't have paid attention to 20, 25 years ago. It just showed its ugly head. And so what I want everyone to understand when it comes to the state of the nation of U.S., if you're a blood-bought believer, pray that we have the right people in the right position. If you're a blood-bought believer, really hone in on the medical field, really hone in on the military, and really hone in on the judicial system, specifically the higher courts. The other thing for us to pay attention to is pay attention to the economic health of U.S. because it affects and it impacts the world. Also, pay attention to the heavy hitters of the world. What's their economic looking like? I think we kind of got to get out of the mundane of what people are used to, just praying for themselves, praying for their own. And it's not to say that, of course, you want to pray for your life, you want to pray for your family, but at some point, there should be there should be something that knocks on your heart, something that knocks on your spirit, that whether it's on a weekly basis or whether it's on a monthly basis, to pray for either your city, to pray for either your state, to pray for either your nation, pray for allied nations, pray for allied economies that's around the world, because one impacts the other and vice versa. So the state of the nation, one of the things that I want to make sure everybody expectation is, don't have the expectation that everything is going to be exactly how they said it was going to be. There's a lot of forces that is fighting against U.S., whether you see it or not. There's a lot of extended forces that's even fighting against this inauguration. And even after the inauguration, there's a lot of forces within the U.S. You would think it's outside, but within the U.S., it's like they want to tear down the nation before it's time. My question is to you is, don't be like one of those people that says, oh, bring up, ma'am, sir, you live in America. Like, do you know how wild that sounds? You live in America. Anywho, things are not what y'all think it's going to be. I think I'm going to get more into it. I probably will do a YouTube live and really be candid about some stuff. And actually have some articles from way back when to probably read upon, because a lot of the information that you think that you're gonna get is not from like present. Like, you really gotta, it's like a needle in a haystack, really trying to find the right information. A lot of information are from long ago for you to realize, okay, what's really going on, right? And it's not for you guys to go down a rabbit hole, but for you to be alert, for you to actually be in prayer about it, for us to actually have revival like we want it, and for us to also have strategies for our children. Many of us have children. What is the world going to look like if we're not around? Yeah. Until the next one.